reread, huh? We're going to read a little bit more than just that last page, but I wanted to do this first today, okay, Ben? So I wanted to show you, look at all these cards. Look at all these words you know. Isn't that amazing how many words you've learned? And we're starting to use those words in our writing, and we're starting to think about those words when we're trying to figure out words. Look at that, isn't that amazing? Aren't you proud of yourself? Yeah, that's fantastic.
We didn't do that one.
That one is on this side. They're all just kind of, so these are all the words that we've learned. And I just wanted to show you how smart your brain is thinking lately, because you've learned so much. So nice job with that, Ben. I'm really proud of you for all your hard work. Let's give this word a try today.
Every.
That is the word what?
Every.
Every. Nice. And then how about this one?
Any.
Okay, let's take a look at that. This is the word away. Okay? So let's try on that side, away. This is actually the word away.
I don't need the lines.
That would be great. So I'm going to write the word away and write it slowly. Away. Okay, you try it now. Can you say it slowly as you're writing it for me? What is that word? Nice. And I'm going to have you stop. I want you to tell me what you notice about that word.
As A-Y.
Okay, what else do you notice?
If A-Y, you can spell any.
Yeah, what else do you know about that word? That's great thinking. What else do you see and notice in that word? Anything?
2 vowels.
Okay, anything else?
2 A's and 2.
Ah, that's great thinking, Ben. You saw and then you see the word way. You saw A-Y. So that helps you too. So there's a lot of different ways that this word helps you when you're reading and writing. So nice thinking there. All right, let's find the word away in this book.
It's not in here.
It's not. Let's see. You said it wasn't in here. You found it. Let's read what it says. We have to start up here though, don't we? Because this isn't a complete sentence. So let's start up here.
The booklet.
I know. We took care, can you read with me? We took care of our plants. We had to
keep the weeds away from them.
Yep, we had to keep them away. So that's how the word away is used, and I'm glad you noticed that. Nice job. All right, you mentioned you wanted to try part of that book, right? For our warm-up. So let's decide on a couple pages that you're going to read for warm-up, okay?
This page and this page.
Yeah, I know that you can do more than that. So let's start actually with the school bell. We just have a couple pages. Yep. We're going to try this. Let's start with a school bell.
Or we can start by lonely lady.
I'll let you start right here, okay? How does that sound? Or did you want to start with that lovely fur coat set of lady?
And then we can go to here.
We're going to read, you want to read sections of it is not the best way to do it. We got to read parts that fit together. So should we just read that ending part? Yep, I will. Thank you. So go ahead.
A bell rings. School was over. Will you be here tomorrow? Said the children. No, said Sammy. School is fun, but I belong in the zoo. I just wanted to know what it is like outside. Now I have to go back.
Can you remind me of where did he have to go back to?
Home.
Where was his home?
At the zoo.
At the zoo. Yep, that's right.
Goodbye, Sammy, said the children. We will come to see you. Goodbye, said Sammy. Sammy was in a hurry to get back to the zoo. He had so much to tell the other seals. May I welcome you home, Sammy, said Mr. Johnson. I am glad you are back. You are just in time for dinner. He's like the first one to get fish. There's no place like home, said Sammy.
When you saw this, what did you say?
I said author.
Because you knew that was the author of the book? That's good observation. It's not? What do you think that's there for?
Author's here.
It's at, look at, here's the author. Sid Hoff, and then look at here.
Author.
Yeah, nice.
There's two authors.
Right. One of the things that we've been working on, Ben, is our fluency, making sure that our voice raises when there's a question mark. We've been looking at that punctuation. So let's practice that again. A bell rang, school was over.
Will you be here tomorrow?
I love it. Yep. That's exactly what you want to do there, because it's saying a question. The author's using a question mark, so we want to read it like a question mark. So nice job. That's what I want you to continue to think about, okay? All right. Here is our healthy foods book. And the other day we read about the vegetable garden, and then we read healthy foods. So
that didn't make sense.
they kind of all fit in together, don't they?
You should have put this one first and then the other.
That might have been smart. That would have been really smart thinking. So let's go ahead and read healthy foods.
You want to read a certain section?
Nope, you can go ahead and start.
We all need to eat food. We need to drink lots of water every day to food helps children to grow, play, and do their schoolwork. Some foods are very good for us. Bread, pasta, rice. We can eat these food every day. Crackers. Vegetables are very good for us. Some vegetables are green and some are red. Some vegetables are white and some are orange. We can eat fruit every day. Apples, oranges, and bananas are fruit. Fruit is very good for us. Children need to drink milk every day. Milk helps children grow. Yogurt is made from milk. I didn't know that was made from milk.
So, did you learn something when you read this book?
Nice.
Yeah, sometimes we learn when we read, don't we?
For everyone, we need to eat some fish, some meat, or some white beans every day. We need to eat some eggs or some cheese too. These foods help children to grow. Every food helps children grow. So sweet.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure.
You
We
remember the
must
story.
Not eat a lot of these food. Cupcakes, cookies, french fries, candy. But it is fun to eat them sometimes. Eat a little, eat some, eat lots. Don't forget to drink water every day.
What are you thinking?
Then
Yeah. One of the things I noticed when you were reading, Ben, is you
there
stopped.
should be a label saying if you don't know it, it's a food variant.
You know what? That's what I love about reading with you is you always have such great ideas for authors. I think what you were saying is that you think the author should have put a little note or a little feature here that said food pyramid, right? I think you're really smart there. I would think that if you wrote a story about the food pyramid, you would do that, wouldn't you? You would label it. Nice job. What did you do on this page as a reader that I thought was a smart thing? What did you do?
Don't eat lots of.
Yeah, as you were reading, you stopped here and you were talking about not eating those things, right? That it's not a good idea. You don't really grow from eating those. And you're right, right?
They make you shrink.
Yeah, they make you shrink. Doesn't say that, but that's good. All right. Another thing to keep thinking about, Ben, is when we get to pages like this, where was that page?
I think you passed it.
I didn't think I did pass it. Let's see. Right here, this last page. Yeah, when we get to this page, what should our brain be thinking when we read this?
Every day.
Go ahead and read it.
Every day.
What did you do?
Is my voice?
Yeah, why did you do that?
It was question mark.
I'm going to let you think for a second. What is that, Mark?
Exclamation.
Yeah, so we read it with expression, don't we? Don't forget to drink water every day. All right, so it's something to continue to think about, and we'll practice that. It helps us remember the story a little bit more. All right, I have a word here that I know you know.
Pot.
Actually, it's the word put.
And
It's the
teacher.
word put. And that's exactly why we're going to work on that today, Ben, okay? So I want you to stop for a second and I want you to think. All right, here's the word put. Sometimes this vowel changes in the middle, okay? And we have to look at that vowel very carefully. All right, so take one of these vowels and switch it out and tell me what you think.
Po.
What is that word?
Pale.
Actually, we know this word, the word let. So this is
We don't know what.
let, and this is pet.
We don't
Okay.
know what.
You didn't know let? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was one of our words. Let, pet. Okay, so
We
switch
know
out.
that word.
Yeah.
I know.
Now try that word.
Huh? How's it? How's it?
Yep, this one won't help you for that one, but you are doing some smart thinking here. Pit,
I said put.
but it's pit, right? We don't have a PL there. All right, so let's start back up here. And maybe I wasn't a smart thinker thinking that we knew this word put, but we want to switch out again. So switch out switch out that vowel.
Again?
Yep, try it again. And now what do you,
Pet.
okay, run your finger underneath it.
Pet.
Now I want you to break it.
Poo. Put. Pet. Pet.
Nice.
I said plat.
Yeah. And now switch it out one more time. Try it.
Put it. Pet.
Nice work. Okay, so as a reader and a writer, we have to think about that middle vowel sometimes switching out, okay? And we have to think about how those vowels sound. I, eh. All right, nice job. All right, let's write our story. We talked about sharks as we were walking down. What do you think you want to tell me about sharks? You want to use pencil or marker today, Ben?
I'm making marker.
Yep.
So you're putting pens in here.
What do you think? You mentioned that you like sharks when we were talking. You said that sharks eat fish.
Do you have a red?
I don't have a red right now.
Did you lose it?
I don't know. I'm gonna let you quickly choose so that we can get started.
Is the skin color the orange?
Which one? Okay, so now let's be a thinker. We're not gonna open up yet, okay? Because I really want you to be thinking. We talked about liking sharks and that sharks eat fish. So I want you to think of what you want to write about.
Like, sharks eat fish. And tomorrow I can write, I like sharks today. And I can write this tomorrow. And then I can write this.
These are some of your
next day.
thoughts, okay? These are just your thoughts, so you need to put it into a sentence.
I like sharks.
Okay, what else?
Someone's at the door.
Yeah, I'll grab it. I want you to think as I'm getting the door.
I like sharks because they eat fish.
I like sharks because they eat fish. I want you to say that again.
I like sharks because they eat fish.
I like that. And you know what?
Because you forgot.
Like that. All right, so you know what I'm thinking, Ben? When you wrote this, you're teaching me something. And you're teaching others about something. So you're writing an informational piece, which is fantastic. So go ahead and get started.
I want to use the mark.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that how you spell fish?
I like what, Ben, I'm going to stop you for a second because there's some fantastic things going on here. You're using your workspace without me even asking you to go up and use your workspace. So that is smart thinking, all right? And you noticed something. You asked me a question about fish. Why did you ask me that question?
I want to know how you spell it.
But the smarter thing is you knew it didn't look right. Fish. So let's look at that word. I'm going to actually box it for you to help you. Fish. And there's that shh at the end. So put in the sounds you think you hear. Oh my. What do you think? Which one looks right? Yeah. All right, go ahead and read your sentence.
I like sharks because they eat fish.
Yep, now I'm gonna ask you to take a look at your sentence and see if anything doesn't look right or you could fix something. What did you notice?
Spacing.
I actually think your spacing's okay, so I want you to take a look at something else. What do you notice? What do you notice about this word? You pointed to it, what do you need to do to fix it?
I pointed at shark.
Yeah, you did great. Okay, and what else about sharks? So you got that. What are you thinking about the word shark? Try it back up here again. Shh, and really think about those sounds. Shark. Try it one more time. Shh. Ark. This is one of our words that we know. We know car. So if we know car, there's part of this word that'll help us write shark. That is absolutely great thinking, Ben. Absolutely great thinking. You did that exactly how you should as a writer. You were thinking about this word. You knew what you needed to use from this word to that word. So go ahead and fix that. I'll actually put some tape over it to help you.
I was going to put a Karen right on.
Oh, you were? Yeah, we'll do this. That's something you do in your classroom, isn't it? That's smart thinking. Go ahead. All right, so go ahead and read your sentence now.
I forgot for a line.
Oh, you got it. You got it. Tell me what your sentence says or your story says.
I like sharks because they eat fish.
They do. That's great. That's a good start to an information. I bet you could add to that. So let's.
I was tomorrow.
Yeah, we can do that tomorrow.
I like.
You know what? And I'm going to.
You always cut it in half.
Why?
I
You want to see that part? Yep, it helps us remember that that part has.
like
then-
sharks because.
And I'm actually going to cut this one up a few spots here. That can help you, okay?
Oh,
Yep.
should have just cut out that.
And then what about this word?
Because they eat fish.
They eat.
I can't. You
Yeah.
can't tell.
And then fish. All right. Get your brain working and put that sentence back together so it makes sense.
First, when you flip them all over, like a puzzle. I like sharks because they eat fish.
They do, don't they?
Mhm.
What did you have to think about when you were putting that together? What did you have to think about? Anything? Did you have to think about
That
parts of words, didn't you? That's a really important piece when we're writing, is thinking about the parts of words we know. So I loved how you were being a thinker there. I even heard you say, what comes next? Because, and you said because, and you found it. So you are a thinking machine. All right,
not too first.
have you ever lost a tooth?
Tons.
Tons? Let me see.
I lost a permanent one. That's
A permanent one. I don't know if that's a good thing, is it? Yeah. So this is the tooth race, okay? And these two boys have wiggly teeth, okay?
I try to pull them out.
Yep, and their names are Tim and Tom. And they really like to play together. They like to run. And they have a little competition going. Instead of a race, like the relay race we read, this is about their teeth coming out. Whose tooth is going to come out first, Tim or Tom?
Tim.
You You think so?
I don't know.
You're making a good prediction there. We'll have to see.
Both.
Yep. This is the word I wanted you to look at on this page. It's kind of a word that we don't see a lot. It's called looser. Looser. Yeah. Lots of times we say, my tooth is loose. He's saying mine is looser than yours. So here's that
Who said
sentence.
that?
Tom said it, okay?
Who's Tom?
I'm not sure, we can't really see.
I bet he's Tom.
We'll have to see, right?
He's Tom.
Yep.
'Cause he's over his
So
mouth.
the one thing I wanted
I
you to
bet
be
Tom's
reminded of is a lot of times we don't talk, mine is looser than yours, okay? So that's kind of language that we don't always use, okay? So now they're eating things. Did you ever eat things that to make your tooth come out?
No.
You know what I did when I was little?
I let my mom pull it.
Oh, when I was little, I did the same thing that Tim did. I bit into an apple, and my tooth, it didn't come out. So we'll have to find out if his came out when he bit into the apple. And he's doing a,
Stronger vegetable.
yeah, and what is the stronger vegetable?
A carrot.
It's a carrot, and it's a crunchy carrot. The word
It
crunchy.
says,
Yeah,
crunchy.
you found crunchy on that page. What do you notice about that word crunchy? Do you see anything you notice about that?
Two. CH and CR.
CR, yeah, you notice that beginning, CR sometimes comes together with words, not all the time, but in this crunchy word it does. All right, oh my goodness. Then the author goes way up here, Ben. Prints up here, the next night, and then ... So what does he do? Ties it to a door.
He tries to do a window.
Oh my goodness. He's tying the string through a window. Do you think it, I don't know if it, do you think it came out yet? Well, oh, I don't know. Doesn't look like it, because now they're, where are they? The setting changes, doesn't it? They're at home, and now where are they?
School.
And the author goes way up here again, Ben. At school, ...
L.
So,
Tim.
yep, we'll get to that, okay? And then the teacher's kind of yelling at him, and she says, boys, stop that wiggling. All right? Oh, no. Now it's nighttime again.
He's doing
What's
gum.
it? He's chewing gum. Do you know what that is? It's actually called a popcorn ball. Why do you think he might even be eating a popcorn ball?
So he can get it loose.
Yeah. Popcorn balls are sticky. Okay? So it
It
might...
says sticky pop.
Where does it say sticky?
Sticky
Ah, you noticed that word. Good. All right. Then, now we change the setting again the next night. Now some big brother comes in
And a big sister.
and a big sister, and they're going to help. And right here, Ben, we've never seen this really in books, but he's saying, ooh, like, ooh. Okay? He doesn't want to... He actually says, yuck. All right. Now they're back at school again. See how the author's going back and forth between home and night in this story? And then they're wiggling. They're still wiggling those teeth. And then they get their lunch boxes out, and oh, I wonder what happens with the lunch box. And there's a question here. Can you guess who won? We're not going to read. We're going to read to find out who won. Don't peek. The tooth race. So give it a try. Do your best thinking. Be thinking about all the things we've learned about reading, Ben.
I bet we are not going to finish.
Okay, go ahead.
I think they both do. I think they bump into each other.
I like your prediction. All right, go ahead.
We should see. I think they do. Tom and Tim love to race. Sometimes Tim won, and sometimes Tom won. They even had a tooth race. My tooth is loose, said Tim. See, my is going to fall out first, said Tim. No way. My is, said Tim. Tom. Tim bit into an apple. It is big and hard and crunchy. This tooth wiggly, but I don't. It don't comes out. It did not came out. Tom bit into a carrot. It was big and hard and crunchy. His tooth wiggly too, but it didn't came out. The next night, Tom tried to shrink the
Why don't you stop and think, okay? Stop and think, Ben. Make sure you're thinking about what's happening in the story, okay? Start up there again. Tim, think about what he's doing.
Trying to shut it.
Yep, so go ahead and start here. The next night you said Tim
tried a string on his tooth. He tried the string on the door. Slam! His tooth wiggly some more, but it didn't came out.
I'm going to stop you for a second. It
I
didn't came out or it didn't come out? Yeah.
Tom tried to string his tooth. He tied the string to the window. Slam! His tooth wiggly some more, but it didn't come out any. I don't know that word.
What are you thinking? Where's the tricky part? Oh. Well, let's think.
I don't know that word. You didn't teach me it.
Well, but that's the one thing that we have to think about, Ben, is do you know another word that looks like that might help you? Look at it carefully. What are you noticing?
ER.
Okay, put it together then.
ER.
It didn't come out.
Yet.
I know that you know this word, which is part of that word. Her. Okay, so it didn't come out either. Yeah, that's a tough one. I probably could have done a better job with this, but I'm not sure what to do. So it didn't come out either. Does that make sense?
At school, all day Tim wiggled his tooth. All day Tom wiggled his tooth too. Boys, stop that wiggling, said the teacher. Those are cool pictures people are making.
They are.
It's like like a big fish faces boat.
So they're at school now, right? Now they're at home.
That night, Tim chewed 10 sticks of gum all at once. All at one time, his tooth wiggled. Every morning, every
Which word is the tricky part, Ben?
morning, but
Well, you said this word was more. So his tooth wiggled.
even more, but it still didn't come out.
Nice.
Tom bit into a sticky popcorn ball. His tooth
Wiggled.
Even more, but it still did not come out.
Boy, they're stuck, aren't they?
The next night, Tim's big brother came to help. He took one look at Tim's tooth. Yuck! This tooth is too wiggly for me, he said. I'm not pulling it out. So Tim's tooth didn't come out. Tom's big sister came to help too. She looked one look at Tom's tooth. Ooh, this tooth is too wiggly for me, she said. I'm not pulling it out.
What are you thinking there?
They don't want to touch blood.
That's a good inference. Doesn't say that, but I agree with you.
I wonder why they have ketchup.
I don't know. All right.
Ooh, yay, Tim.
Why did you say yay? Because you're ready to find out what happened, aren't you?
Tim and
Right.
Tom.
We have to remember to go back up here, Ben.
Back at school, Tim and Tom wiggled some more, but their teeth were very, very wiggly. No more wiggling, said the teacher. She's getting annoyed. It's time for lunch. Tim and Tom ran for their lunchbox. Away. Oh no, watch out. Crash. The tooth race was over. Can you get who won? Guess who won? Tim did, and so did Tom. I told you they both won.
How did you know that?
I knew because they're in a crash.
So you knew both of them would win because of the crash? That's
Yeah.
great thinking,
Because
Ben.
I thought they were bunk heads and then they would fall on
Yeah.
the ground onto the side with their backs.
So there was a lot that went on in the story, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a fun story. I really enjoyed listening to you read it.
Bring this to our class.
You know what? You can, but I want to talk to you about one thing before you head back, okay? And I want to go back to page 4. This is something that we'll continue to work on. One of the things I notice is that sometimes when the tense is like this, he bit into his apple. Tom bit into his apple. That means he did it already, okay? His tooth wiggled, but it didn't come out. You said it didn't came out. And that doesn't sound right. Yeah, it's got to sound right. And I noticed that it happened again on this page. It didn't came out. We don't say it that way, so we didn't come out. So there's a couple times where our tenses, we need to think about that. So we will continue to practice that. Nice job, Ben.
Wow. The timer did run out.
Yeah.